What up, it's your Timmers here. Since this month I'm doing my reviews for past Stephen King film adaptations, here's my review for the 1987 film The Running Man. Now, this movie is a very different Stephen King film adaptation because, well, it's not really a horror or anything. It's more like a sci-fi action film, and it takes place in the year 2019, where like this, favorite television program, The Running Man, which is a game show in which like prisoners must run to for freedom to avoid brutal deaths and all. And so like you got Arnold Schwarzenegger who plays this imprisoned guy named Ben Richards, who has the opportunity to make it back to the outside again um, by being a contestant on the Deadly Game Show. And there is also a twisted host here named Damon Killian, who is portrayed by pretty much the game show host in this. It's played by former game show host Richard Dawson, who's best known for hosting the original Family Feud. That's right. Before Steve Harvey was the Family Feud host, they had an original Family Feud host, which was Richard Dawson. But anyway, of course, Richard Dawson did have some acting credits too. Obviously, Hogan Heroes, most notably. Anyway, uh, I mean, the Running Man is pretty much a cult favorite. Arnold probably one of his coolest works. Richard Dawson was really cool in this. You also had other folks like Maria Asanzo. You had famed football player Jim Brown. You had famed wrestler Jessica Ventura was also in this film. I mean, this is definitely really cool. Cool from like it's. I guess say it was pretty much the Saw of the '80s in a weird way, but it was not horror or anything. It was more like a sci-fi thing where he's trying to get out like from this deli game show with lots of crazy traps around there. I mean, Ben Richards, of course, was like this a police helicopter pilot who, of course, is framed for this massacre during a food not in Bakerfield, California, and he ends up being arrested by his colleagues and put in a labor camp. And so, of course, 18 months later, he escapes with two residence fires named Harry West and William Loughlin, who is trying to find refuge in their camp here. And so, of course, Richard, of course, gets ends up taking Amanda's hostage to flee Hawaii. So yeah, and then of course he ends up pretty much going to the future in 2019, where like this game show is being held, and the only way out is for him to like beat the game show. I mean, of course, the movie was actually just in the news not so long ago because if you guys don't remember, Edgar Wright, the same guy who gave us Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, he's actually supposed to be doing a remake of The Running Man, so I'm really intrigued to check that one out. I mean, maybe they'll get Steve Harvey in that one. How cool would that be? But that aside, The Running Man has some really like this Deadly Game Show. It was always funny how they decided to get an actual game show host to play a game show host in this. I always found that to be pretty funny. I mean, I guess they couldn't get someone like Alex Brack or Pat Sajak, but they decided to get maybe Richard Dawson, which I think that was a perfect casting right there. Because Richard Dawson played like he's pretty much technically the villain in this, and he played this role perfectly. Uh, his like on-screen chemistry with Arnold was really cool. I mean, Richard Dawson was the man, by the way, and him like playing this like evil game show host. I don't. It was so perfect casting. Uh, it's definitely really fun watching. Director Paul Michael Glazer, who did a really good job with this. Rob Cohen, of course, who will later go on to direct the first Fast and Furious. He was an executive producer on this too. Uh, I always keep forgetting this is based on a Stephen King novel, but it really is. I mean, the '80s was a pretty cool year for Arnold. I mean, which from the Terminator to Predator, the Running Man is definitely one of his best as well. I mean, he definitely has some really cool lines and some cool moments. I mean, this movie is pretty much a cult favorite. Like, if you guys have never really seen The Running Man from 1987, uh, you can probably find it on Prime Video. You can find it on Vudu, Apple TV. Give it a go. You'll either enjoy it or you won't enjoy it. I mean, it's a cult favorite. I mean, the film did pretty well with critics back in the days too. Like, it has a 66% on Rotten Tomatoes, so there's that. But anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen the 1987 film of The Running Man? If so, what's up? Were we a fan of it? Were we not a fan of it? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Simu signing off.